Hi, I want to welcome you here today to this Essential Oils 101 webinar class. My name is Michelle Bresky, and I'm an elite level wellness advocate with doTERRA Essential Oils. In this class, I'll be teaching you all about essential oils and how you can use them as your tools to help naturally improve your life. I'm really excited to share this with you because it's a topic that's very close to my heart and probably one that you've been drawn to tune into because it's causing quite a movement lately. Before we get started, I just want you to be aware I am not a doctor. I am a wellness advocate and a mom of 2 little girls. I am not here to diagnose or treat, but instead, I would like to offer you a choice to take a more natural approach to your health and wellness. I am absolutely not discounting medical professionals, and to be honest, I am very grateful for them. And like many of you, I have found myself in situations before where I am incredibly thankful for the advances we have made within our medical community. However, you may agree with me here, we are living in a time where we have greatly abused the system. I believe it's worth exploring nature's solutions before we take a more synthetic approach. And the beautiful thing you'll learn in this class today is that there are very effective, natural gifts all around us in nature. We just need to learn how to use them properly and safely. The things we'll be discussing tonight are all things that I use in my own home, for myself and my family. I am a huge believer in experience-based learning, and I heavily researched something before I started. However, if you're currently under the care of a doctor or specialist, please review any changes to your treatment plan with them. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and tell you why I started doTERRA and the difference it has made for me and my family. I was only introduced to doTERRA about a year ago, but in that time, we have made some serious changes to our health and lifestyle. About 3 years ago, my oldest daughter developed a very painful skin condition. She had red, blistering, swollen spots all over her back, and even on her chest and her legs and her arms. You can see on the picture on the screen. This is when she was around 2 years old. Our family doctor told us that it was a very common skin condition that children get, and there's nothing you can do except wait it out. He told us that it would run its course in approximately 6 months and should not be bothersome to her. Well, the months went on, and my little girl was in pain. Horrible physical pain. She couldn't lay down on her back. She woke up every morning telling me she was hurting. So I continued to press the doctors for answers. Our family doctor said the same thing, wait it out. Our pediatrician, the same. It's very common, but the only thing you can do is wait. I was basically ready to try anything. So when I was finally able to convince our family doctor to send her to a dermatologist, her solution was to put her in a hot shower and pop the bumps. Sorry, but no. They hurt her enough when they were not being touched. I wasn't going to intentionally cause her more pain. That was when I knew I needed to take things into my own hands. I reached out to social media and was offered a sample of frankincense. This was now about 2 years into the process. So she was almost 4 at this point. So much for 6 months. I had never used essential oils before and was extremely doubtful that this would work if doctors couldn't do anything. But I didn't know what else to do. To be honest, I just felt so helpless. So we gave it a try. And let me tell you this, 2 years of doctors, people telling me it would go away and I don't. They repeatedly said there's nothing you can do. 2 years of my daughter in pain. And all it took was nature. I applied a drop of frankincense to her spots twice a day for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and they were gone. It's now a year later, and they have never come back. I just felt so empowered to be able to make my daughter not hurt anymore. I knew at that moment that there's so much more that we need to learn. What else could I do in my home and with my family using these oils? So I actually jumped in with an Everything Essentials kit and started experimenting with different natural remedies and DIYs in our home. It was just mind-blowing to me how simple and easy it was, but also effective. And I just completely fell in love with this lifestyle. I want to be able to use that knowledge for my family and to empower others as well. If I can change so many things so easily in my own home, I just thought I would love to be able to teach others and share this new lifestyle with everyone that I can. So right away, I decided to start doTERRA as a business to help others to bring these awesome oils into their homes, to help with their health needs, and to transition to a more holistic lifestyle. I truly believe in the oils, I believe in the products, and I believe in the company. Today we'll be focusing on, Today we'll be focusing on doTERRA's top 10 essential oils, which you can see here on the screen. And this is literally going to be your mama toolkit, and even if you don't have kids at home. This is where most people start because it covers the basis, and then you branch out from there. I'll be touching on some other oils and products as well, but I'll be sure to let you know which ones are in the top 10. So the big question you may have right now is, what are essential oils? Essential oils are natural, aromatic compounds. They come to us from the seeds, the leaves, the peel, the bark, the stem, different parts of the plant to give us different end products. On the top of the screen, you can see an example of a peppermint leaf. And to the right of it, you can see how the essential oil is contained on the leaf. So that little sac that looks like it's being protected by those little thorns that aren't really visible to the eye, that's been magnified about 300 times. That sac is containing the pure essential oil, and that's what we need to extract. So all plants have this system of support, and it lends that same kind of support to our bodies. Today's class is all about essential oils, right? Why are we talking about them? And why do I think they are a key tool? First of all, they have been used for centuries to support the body in healing. This is nothing new. It's actually funny how essential oils are referred to as alternative medicine. They are the original medicine. They are 100% natural. They work with our bodies to promote health without side effects. They are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. For those of you who grow peppermint in your garden, if you were to take 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, and I'm talking pure plant oil, that is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it is much, much stronger than that peppermint plant you would have in your hand, because it's very concentrated. Essential oils have a huge spectrum of applications, from uplifting mood, which is a very common entry point for people starting with oils, to removing unnecessary toxins from your life. I want to highlight the word unnecessary here. We do not need to be having all these toxins in our homes. There is a better way. Essential oils are easy to use, and they'll last you a very long time, because in most applications, you're using 1 drop, and many times you'll be diluting it. And I'll talk about that with safety in a moment. Essential oils are affordable. Like I said, many bottles you will have in your home for at least 5 years. I mean, there's some oils like lemon or lavender. I'll go through a bottle every 2 or 3 months. But oregano, that stuff is strong. I'll probably have my original bottle for the rest of my life. With an honest brand like doTERRA, you will have 100% pure plant magic. The reason that happens is because when you source a plant indigenously, meaning where a plant grows the most abundantly in the world, where it's thriving in its natural habitat, you are therefore going to have the most therapeutic qualities. We're going to talk more on that in just a second. You may be thinking, why doTERRA when there's so many essential oil companies out there? You can even get them from the grocery store. The first reason, and I mentioned this already, they source around the globe. This makes a huge difference in the effectiveness of an oil. You know, lavender from France is going to have a completely different constituent profile than a lavender plant grown off the side of the highway here in North America. This is a huge deal. And we know this for those of you who have traveled to tropical places, for example, and had a fruit there versus eating the fruit here. You know it's not the same experience. When you have the right soil conditions and the right environment, you have a completely different plant. Now the second is the effect of this on the global economy. It's one thing to go to an area of the world where an environment is great, and some other companies are doing this as well. I love what doTERRA does differently. They have a model called co-impact sourcing. What that means is they go to those countries where the plants are thriving, and they work with the farmers. They create co-ops to help them grow the best plants possible, the best distilling possible, and they therefore help that economy start to thrive in a way that it hasn't before. I feel so blessed to have these bottles made available to us, but also to know that through my purchases, I am helping to support people across the globe. And the third reason why I chose doTERRA's oils is once they're brought in, they actually go through 7 levels of testing. So all of doTERRA's oils are guaranteed to be pure, completely natural, no artificial ingredients, fillers, fragrances, or synthetics. They will be completely safe, and because of the sourcing model of doTERRA's oils, the quality is beyond what can be produced organically on soil, for example, here in North America. They will always be free of fillers, pesticides, and foreign contaminants, and they are potent because, again, when you have a plant grown and harvested in the natural habitat, now you have the most potent form of essential oil. I want to show you this video really quickly because it just emphasizes these points. Because in the essential oil world, there is no one saying what you can put in those bottles. doTERRA does not have to follow these protocols. They choose to, so that you know exactly what you are getting in your bottles. There are 3 basic ways that you're going to be using your essential oils. They are aromatic, tropical, and internal. I have them up on the screen for you there, but we'll be talking about each one individually in a few minutes. Just a quick note on safety. doTERRA essential oils are very pure and very potent, so please make sure you're using them correctly. You can see that bottle on the right side of the screen. That is fractionated coconut oil. This is an amazing carrier oil to use with your essential oils. You can use regular coconut oil or other plant-based oils, like olive oil, grapeseed oil. But if you want to use roller bottles, for example, you need something that remains in a liquid state at all times. Dilution is extremely important when it comes to essential oils for several reasons. First, children and people with sensitive skin. Like I mentioned, these oils are potent, and diluting will not affect the outcome. So for children, we recommend using only 1 drop of essential oil with 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. And for babies, 1 drop to 1 tablespoon. As you can imagine, there's also going to be this will also greatly extend the life of your oils, as you're only using 1 drop over several uses. Please do not apply essential oils to entry points of the body. So that's going to be your ears, your eyes, your nose. Those areas are extremely sensitive, and that can be quite uncomfortable. If you do happen to get essential oils in your eye or have an adverse reaction anywhere, do not use water. Use a plant-based oil like coconut oil. Although that may sound strange, oil and water separate, so you would drive the oil in deeper. Using coconut oil, the essential oil will bond to it and allow it to come out. Believe me on this one, I've actually experienced it personally. Less is more. Absolutely. Using small amounts more frequently is going to be so much more effective than a large dose all at once. The first way we're going to talk about using your essential oils is aromatic use. This is a very powerful way to use your oils. You can use oil aromatically to cleanse the air, to shift the mood of the home, to open the airways, and to support the respiratory system. When you breathe in a pure essential oil, it has a very powerful effect on the limbic system of the brain. The limbic system controls and regulates memory, emotions, hormones, blood pressure, and heart rate. So it is so much more than just a nice scent. It's actually direct access to the brain. This is your first top 10 oil, Breathe, or in Canada we call this one Easy Air. It is doTERRA's respiratory blend. This is very supportive to breathing, clearing the airways, just to help minimize the effects of a seasonal threat that is coming on. So when you feel like your breathing is compromised, putting Breathe oil in the diffuser, just a couple drops. I actually love to combine Breathe with lavender at night. It just really helps to support stronger, more restful sleep. It's really great for kids as well. But if you have a little baby, cardamom on its own might be a good oil you would like to get, especially if you have a baby under the age of 1. Sometimes the peppermint in this blend can feel a little bit too intense for them. So cardamom, which is also in the blend, might be a simple oil you want to have on hand for promoting respiratory health. This oil actually comes in a pre-made vapor stick as well, which I love to use when the kids are congested. This is the second way we can use essential oils, topically or dermal use. So this is going to be typically when you have a localized area you're looking to support. Some people love to apply oils to the bottoms of their feet. And in fact, I recommend that if you have little kids. Some oils, specifically citrus oils, are what is called photosensitive. Basically, this just means that if you were to use them topically and then go out in the sun, you could be more likely to burn. But personally, I don't use citrus oils topically very often, if ever. But just keep this in mind, especially during the summer months. Your second top 10 oil is one of my most used oils, peppermint. To apply topically, I like to use peppermint to soothe any tension I might have in my temples or in my neck or spine. I'll also use this to cool the body temperature down. It's a driving oil, so it'll help drive other essential oils further into the body when they're layered over top. And it can be taken internally to help support the digestive system, to help with any gas or bloating, indigestion, any stomach upset that's happening occasionally. It's just a very calming, soothing oil. So definitely one of the top 10 oils all homes should have. I love having a few drops in a spray bottle with water for when it's really hot. Just a quick spray on the lower back and the back of the neck will completely cool you down. And also, if you have wild orange, combining it with peppermint in the diffuser, or putting a drop of each in your hands and rubbing them together, just breathe that in, is really energizing. I love to use that combination in my office. This is the third top 10 oil, Deep Blue, which is doTERRA's soothing blend, or better known as the husband convincer, not just some hippie thing. This is going to be a blend that you will absolutely adore for easing tension. It just feels so good. Even for kids, you can give them a nice massage when they're experiencing growing pains in their legs. Many of us spend hours a day looking over a computer screen, hunched over. So this oil is actually available as a pre-made lotion. Great for massaging into sore muscles or shoulders or neck. And even for things that are more lifelong, like if you have joint pain, this feels so good massaged in. The third way we can use essential oils is ingesting them. This can be either internal or oral. And the difference here is internal would mean taking them in a pill form versus oral, which means you would be adding it to your water or dropping under your tongue. Many people take oils internally on a daily basis to support their body in a deeper way. Whether that's soothing a sore throat or going to work on a deeper level on some of the organs, you can see on the screen there that doTERRA Mist Veggie Caps. You can actually put a couple drops of essential oil that you're looking to use to support your body into a little veggie capsule. You can also add essential oils to water. Now, they're not going to emulsify, so I personally love to add citrus to my water, like lime or grapefruit, but just give it a quick shake before you drink it. Ingesting essential oils is a very controversial topic right now, and this is because all the information that is out there right now is about essential oils that are not pure. They likely have other ingredients like fillers. The assumption is that people nowadays are not using pure essential oils. They just don't have that standard of testing that doTERRA has. So ingesting essential oils is extremely individual to doTERRA. Your fourth top 10 oil is, of course, lemon. Another oil that I use in my house daily. So lemon is actually a very cheap essential oil. The wholesale cost for doTERRA is about $13 Canadian. And that gives you a bottle of about 250 drops in it. I use lemon in our home for all things cleansing. Making your own all-purpose cleaner is very simple. Using about half a cup of vinegar, half a cup of water, and about 10 drops of essential oil. I'll also soak my fruits and vegetables in the sink when I get home from the grocery store. I just fill it with water and about 10 drops of lemon. With 2 kids, you have got to have lemon. I use it to remove stains, even black Sharpie marker. For the teachers out there, it'll take all the old stains off dry erase boards and other surfaces like desks. It's like a natural degreaser. It will polish silver. You can add it to olive oil to help protect leather. It's just a helpful oil. But one of my favorite tricks, because I'm so bad for this, I put 1 drop on a sock when I've left the laundry in the washer too long. No need to rewash, just straight into the dryer, and that lemon oil will take away that musty smell. The 5th oil is Digestin, or in Canada, Zengest. This is doTERRA's digestive blend, as the name suggests. It actually smells quite strongly of fennel, so if you like black licorice, you're going to love it. And I apply 1 to 2 drops topically if I have some sort of occasional stomach upset. You can even take this internally, so you can either drop some warm water like a tea or just right into your water bottle. doTERRA has it in a soft gel form as well, and actually even a calcium carbonate tablet. So you can take that after you've eaten if you feel like things haven't quite digested properly. This is a lifesaver for people with any kind of indigestion, heartburn, things like that. My favorite use for it, though, is in a roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil. When my kids are constipated, I know I can grab that roller bottle and just draw a little circle around their belly button. I always laugh at how amazing it is with baby, because I can actually set a timer. When she is constipated and I draw that little circle around on her stomach, she will poop in 10 minutes every time. So there are many different vitamins and supplements that doTERRA creates to help better our wellness. Even children's vitamins, which my daughter loves. And I could spend an entire class just talking about supplements. But really quickly, I just want to tell you about doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. These were a huge game changer for me. I had headaches pretty much daily. And when I started on these supplements, my life changed. There are 3 bottles in the set. The first one is Microplex VMZ, which is your multivitamin. You're going to have your vitamins A, C, B, B12, B6, zinc, magnesium, all those guys. Then your second one is your XC Omega. This is your omega complex. This is with plant and marine oils. And your third one is the Alpha CRS Plus. This is your detoxifying and pain relief supplement. It has great ingredients that detoxify, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, even ingredients for allergies, but all from natural plant-based sources. What's really great, though, is doTERRA actually has a guarantee on these. where you can take the full dose, the 30-day supply, and if you don't feel less pain and more energy, they will completely reimburse you. The products you see on the screen are just a few more examples, all things that I love that doTERRA makes, which would be considered ingesting oils. There are the beadlets, which is about half a drop in a veggie casing that you can burst in your mouth. The peppermint one is so good to keep in your car, great for nausea and alertness. And then the lozenges as well. I have a few of those on me at all times. This chart here is just another example of some safety guidelines. As you can see, it's showing the max amount we use each way. But to be honest, even as an adult, I don't use anywhere near that because I'm diluting my oils almost every time I use them. And you can see that you should not give essential oils internally to kids under 6. But at the same time, it's pretty scary what the FDA will approve. Now, I just want to mention emotions very quickly, because like I mentioned before, smelling an essential oil is a direct connection to the limbic system in your brain. So essential oils are becoming widely used now for emotional support. And for a lot of people, this is actually how they're first introduced to it. So doTERRA has actually come up with a really cool kit called the Emotional Aromatherapy System. There are 6 oils in it that are all designed to support the body with emotional needs. There's Motivate, the encouraging blend, Cheer, the uplifting blend, Passion, the inspiring blend, Forgive, the renewing blend, Console, the comforting blend, and Peace, the reassuring blend. There are a lot of unique benefits in each one of these bottles. You can use them individually or customized to your needs depending on how you want to support your body. doTERRA actually has an emotional aromatherapy wheel with all kinds of emotions to help you decide which oil is best to support your body at that time. Now, each body is unique and has its own chemistry. We're not all clones. There may be one oil that you gravitate to or that your body does well with, but there may be a little trial and error here. I have personally used each one of these oils, and I am very excited to share them with others. Lavender. This lovely oil is your 6th oil in your top 10 kit, and one that you have probably smelled before. Although when you smell doTERRA's lavender for the first time, you may actually find it more earthy smelling than something you're used to. Unfortunately, when fillers and synthetics are added to oils, it can affect the aroma, which is why doTERRA's lavender will smell significantly different from a lavender purchased at a health food store. Many of you have probably heard of lavender for supporting restful sleep, or perhaps reducing anxious feelings. It really helps promote peace in the home. It's like the Swiss Army knife of oils. There are so many uses for lavender. Many times we'll use lavender topically as well, with any skin irritation. It helps the skin recover easily and quickly. So if you get any burns, bee stings, bug bites, it's going to help topically just bring that down. But as you can see here, probably the most common way people use this oil is to promote a deeper sleep. So I really like to add a couple drops of lavender to about a cup of Epsom salt, and I'll put that in the bath. I'll also diffuse it in our rooms and the kids' rooms before they go to bed. I usually start up the diffuser about 20 minutes before they go to bed. If you don't have a diffuser in your bedroom, you can actually put 1 to 2 drops in a cotton ball and place it inside of a pillowcase. Now this is a huge topic right now because nobody wants to get sick. So we are always looking for good immune support. That's what I love about these oils. They work. And as a mom, it's so empowering knowing that I don't have to go to the clinic every time someone has a fever or a tummy ache or a headache, especially knowing that Advil destroys our stomach lining and Tylenol destroys our liver. Which brings me to our top 10 oil number 7, On Guard, doTERRA's Protective Blend. When you have a sore throat, for example, just gargling it in some water is going to be so soothing. You might also want to make a mouthwash with it, or just rub a drop right along your gums for numbing effect when you have a toothache. doTERRA also has foaming hand wash using On Guard, which is brilliant because almost every hand wash we buy today has triclosan in it, which is killing all of our good bacteria, whereas this is a nice natural form of support. And actually another way I use it, I have a little roller bottle for my kids. And typically, when I personally make new roller bottles for kids, and most roller bottles are 10 ml, I'll put a max of 10 drops of essential oils and then top that off with fractionated coconut oil. So I have one for supporting my kids' immune system with 10 drops of On Guard. And just roll that on the bottom of their feet and put the socks on, especially at the start of a new school year when germs seem to be really high. It's just a helpful oil to have on hand, especially when you're starting to feel your system kind of being compromised. If you want to experience the potency of doTERRA oils, this is your guy, oregano. If you've ever tried oil of oregano, you are probably cringing right now. Well, this is worse. And I say that to emphasize the pure quality of this oil. It's going to be more of your big gun oil. It's powerful, very cleansing. So you'll have this for the rest of your life. It's recommended that you don't use oregano longer than 10 days, just to give your body a bit of a break from it. But some other ways that I use it, I actually keep it in my kitchen, because any recipes that call for the herb, I just use one drop of oregano. It's great in pasta sauces, pizzas, anything like that. And actually, it's good for skin tags and warts as well. Number 9 is melaleuca, or better known as tea tree. It's most commonly going to be used topically and diluted. You can add it to products you're already using as well, like shampoos, for example, if you're looking to repel bugs from the hair, especially if you have kids in school. You can also add it to your cleansers. Really good for people who are more prone to acne. You can add it to a spray bottle and use it as a cleaner to protect against environmental threats. Use it to boost your immune system, helps to cleanse things. I also have a toothbrush soaking in a cup full of water with about 5 drops each of melaleuca and On Guard once a week. And I even create a spray that I use in my kids' heads. So I'll use melaleuca in their shampoo. Sometimes it's nice to have a nice, easy hairspray if they've gotten that dreaded notice from school, if they've been exposed to you know what. I won't dare say the word or we'll all be itching our heads. So in a glass bottle, I'll add about 10 drops of melaleuca. And I like to add something floral too, like lavender, just so it doesn't smell too medicinal. And I'll just spray it on their heads and their hats and backpacks, just to give us that extra reassurance. Again though, melaleuca is going to be your oil of first aid. So just think of it for anything on the skin that you're looking to clean. And finally, number 10, the king of all oils, frankincense. I mentioned it before when I talked about my daughter's skin condition. It's often said that in the essential oil world that if you don't know what to use, grab your bottle of frankincense. Very effective in terms of support and promoting cellular health in the body. I also find it very grounding. I love using this on my diffuser jewelry. Topically, it'll help reduce the appearance of scars, stretch marks, wrinkles, aging spots on the skin. So I love to dilute 1 drop of frankincense at night in a little carrier oil and put it on my skin. It's definitely an oil that you want to have in your home. And it's in a lot of doTERRA's other products. So for beautifying your skin, doTERRA has literally the world's best all-natural plant-based skin system. It's called Barrage. And frankincense is one of the oils used in the skin system. Frankincense is definitely one of the more expensive oils. So it's a nice oil to get in the starter kit. It makes it a little bit cheaper. I do really enjoy sharing this information with you guys. I made it a part-time business for myself, and I absolutely love it. But there are lots of different ways to enter doTERRA. The majority of people, I promise you, are just using the oils and the products and loving it. There are a handful of people who will decide that they love the product so much that they want to host a class and share this awesome knowledge with their friends and family. I myself am a business builder with doTERRA. And if that is something that interests you, I would love to chat with you about it. And if not, totally cool. Like I said, 90% of people are just using and loving their oils. You can enroll with doTERRA, and you can buy a $42 Canadian membership, just like Costco or Sam's. It's just a 1-year annual membership fee. And then you can buy everything wholesale, which is 25% off for the rest of the year, just by logging onto your own personal online store. That's a great deal. You get the prices that you need, and you haven't spent a lot of money to enroll with doTERRA. The difference in Sam's and Costco and doTERRA is that Sam's and Costco aren't giving you the stuff back free. You get a deal, yes, but with doTERRA, you get a better deal. Let's talk about an even better way to save money, okay? If you need the enrollment and you need specific oils for a specific condition, that might be better for you. If not, then let's talk about kits, because this might be a better way for you to save even more money. There are lots of starter kits, but I'm going to talk about my 3 favorites right now. The Essential Collection Kit and the Home Essential Kit are the exact same kit with the exact same oil. These have those top 10 oils that we discussed. The difference is the Essential Collection Kit, we kind of call it the sample kit because it's a 5 milliliter bottle of oil. The Home Essential Kit is actually 15 milliliter bottles. The price on the Essential Collection Kit is $185. If you take that times 3, then theoretically, the Home Essential Kit should be $555. This is a much better deal financially because it's only $330 and you get a free diffuser. So if this is in your budget, then that's a way better deal than the Essential Collection Kit. However, if the Essential Collection Kit is what you can afford, then that's awesome. And I applaud you because now you're in the world of oil. And that's my goal, is for you to be using oil. So whatever kit is best for you, that's what I want to help you find out. Because anybody can afford oil. When you look at the price per drop of these oils, especially when you compare it to the alternative of things you buy in the store, it really is that affordable as well as better for your health. Next up is the Natural Solutions Kit. This is my absolute favorite enrollment kit. It's got a little bit of everything in it. It's $583 American. It has a large assortment of oil. It has a large diffuser, which you're going to love. Toothpaste, hand soaps, and skincare. Deep blue, the vitamins, the enzymes. And this seems silly, but it also comes with a storage box. This one here, you save $220 and you get 100 points back to spend like cash. And actually, I just want to really quickly touch on the extra few oils in this kit because they are some of my favorites. Wild orange is really an amazing oil. Very uplifting. I think I mentioned earlier diffusing it with peppermint. I also combine it with a few other natural ingredients from my homemade dish soap. It smells so clean. It's great in water to drink. You can add it to your water when you're mopping the floor and use it in homemade wood polish. Serenity, amazing at nighttime. Actually, it's very distressing when you combine it with wild orange. One of my favorite combinations to put in the roller bottle is with Balance, and we actually call that our monster juice. Balance is also on here. It's the grounding blend. You can diffuse it or rub it into the soles of your feet. It's great for anxiety and restlessness. Aroma Touch, the massage blend, literally smells like a spa. Great with a carrier oil for massage or to add to bath water. And Past Tense, the tension blend, one of my favorites. To roll onto your temples and the back of your neck to reduce feelings of headache. And Correct X, the multi-purpose all-natural ointment that helps soothe the skin and enhance the healing process. There's some seriously heavy-duty oils in this as well. Frankincense, helichrysum, melaleuca, cedarwood, lavender. So very, very soothing to irritated skin. Now, really quickly, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite things, which is doTERRA's rebate program, where you can get a lot of stuff for free. It's called the Loyalty Rewards Program. Oils can be expensive, but when you're getting 30% back in points, plus your shipping, plus your oils a month, and you take advantage of the BOGOs, it's a ton of free stuff. And this is totally optional, but seriously amazing. So we're gonna use 100 PV, just for easy math for me. My order each month is usually between 100 and 150, and it's very easy to do that much each month because you're getting oils that you maybe use up, supplements, skincare, toothpaste, hand soap, cleaning concentrate, lots of different things, deodorant, shampoo, and conditioner. All these things that I was buying before, I just redirected my purchases and I ordered them through my doTERRA membership. So we're going to pretend that every month you spend 100 PV. In the first 3 months that you're with doTERRA, you're going to be getting 10% of that back. The next 3 months, months 4 to 6, you're going to be getting 15%. Months 7 to 9, you're going to be getting 20%. Months 10 to 12, you're going to be getting 25%. And then forevermore, as long as you stay on LRP, you're getting 30% back. That is really super exciting because the other thing that doTERRA does is give you back your shipping, no matter what the cost, even if you do it express. So let's say you're at 30%, which I am, and I also get my shipping back, 6 if it's in Canada or 13 if it's US. So now I just got 36 points PV, or I call them doTERRA dollars, back to buy more product. So that is huge. If you spend 100 and you get 36 back, that's a major big deal. And if that builds up over a couple months, and maybe you do a 200 PV special month, sometimes there's extra promos if you spend a certain PV that month. Now, depending on where you came in with your kit, maybe you start with a diamond kit, you start at 25%, you start with an Natural Solutions kit, you start at 15. That could change a little bit, but I'll explain that more individually when you talk to me with how you would like to enroll. So I'm going to give you all little details to make sure everyone knows how this works. And there really isn't that much to know. If you spend less than 1 PV, you lose your points. If something happens and you can't buy much a certain month, I always say just buy a lemon. It's 11 PV. This is a regular monthly program. You're going to shop every month. You're going to edit your cart. If you're not locked into a specific order, you can edit it 100 times during the month if you want. That's actually what most of us do. Usually what I do is keep adding, and then when it's time for my order to come out, I take out what I've changed my mind on. So back to the details. If you spend less than 1, you lose your points. If you spend 1 to 49, you keep your points, but you don't earn or move forward. You just kind of sit there like a placeholder. So if you spend 50 and above, you earn your points, you move forward on the scale of percentages. At 100 PV is where you get a check if you're sharing oils with people. At 125, this is really awesome. This is where you get a free oil. If you spend 125 PV by the 15th of the month, you get the product of the month for free. And we don't know what it is until the first of the month. It just pops up on the front of our website. So if you're going to be spending 125 PV anyway, you may as well do it by the 15th and get another free oil. Over the year, that's 12 free bottles of oil. That's pretty substantial. Adds up. And that 200 every quarter is another special. So make sure you're always looking at the PV, not just the dollar amount. That's basically what you need to know if you like to get free stuff. I just want to wrap up with this quote by C.S. Lewis. Isn't it funny how day by day, nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different. So let's commit to that. Commit to you. 20 years from now, you can look back and say, I'm so glad I made those changes, even if it didn't feel like it was making a huge shift at the time. Because every little day, it's about progression, not about perfection. Thank you for joining me today. I would love to help you get started on your oily journey. Over the next few days, I'd love to reach out to all the people who are watching this webinar, and we will discuss the best way for you to start on that oily adventure. Thanks, guys.